These are shill programs, no different than the old days of the Soviet economists. Paul Krugman and others, these guys are all just shills. Their job is to make it look like it's something that you're doing, that it's something that's your fault, that it's not the devaluation of the currency. It's not that the country is falling apart. It's not that, you know, that all of this stuff is basically wasting assets. It's not to, it's to make it somehow your fault, that you're doing this. This is a spending problem on somebody else's end. It's not, it couldn't possibly be a spending problem on the government's end. It couldn't possibly be a spending problem, you know, defending Israel and Ukraine and all these other fucking countries. It couldn't possibly be all of these unnecessary wars. It couldn't possibly be the flooding of the country of a bunch of fucking illegals and then subsidizing the shit out of them. It couldn't possibly be any of these things. Couldn't possibly be bailing out all the banks. Couldn't possibly be, you know, bailing out Wall Street ad nauseum. Couldn't possibly be any of that. No, no, no. It has to be your fault. It has to be constantly directed at you. That's how pathological liars and their shills, like Dave Ramsey and his staff, by the way, okay, you know, because in order to, I mean, you know, look at the show. He has younger people on there. Well, yeah, he has to give it a fresh face because he's a fucking boomer who has no credibility left anymore. It's just like when you guys go out and vote for King Dingling of this fucking clown show right now. You know, you guys want to vote for president. Who are you looking at right now? There's two candidates, two main ones, right? And they both have all salt, no pepper, right? They're supposed, in an executive position, you're looking for salt and pepper, meaning that you're talking. It's a slang term for, like, you know, you're looking for their hair, right? You don't want someone to be super old, but you don't want someone to be really young either. You kind of need a little bit of both. So that way they have something kind of in common with the people that they're going to be leading, right? They have to have something in common with them. They don't have to be perfect, but they have to have something in common. When these people get to a certain point, especially people that have been checked out as long as these guys have, and have been rich as long as they have nothing in common with real life anymore, right? You have to understand that's. I mean, look at how many celebrities, right, that have been rich for so long. They don't really have anything. I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying, like, they have, just like Ricky Gervais, back in the, what was it, I think Golden Globes or Oscars or whatever the fuck thing he was hosting, and he was talking about how, like, you people have no business lecturing the public about anything. You are so far fucking detached and up Jeffrey Epstein's asshole on all this that you people have nothing to fucking say to anyone. You're not even part of real life anymore. He's right about that. And that happens to people like, you know, people who with celebrity status, like Dave Ramsey and his show, and all the other shills that follow all that shit. That's how this stuff works. So the reason when they pick apart this kind of stuff, it's to try and justify these ridiculous numbers and make it somebody else's fault. Think of it like a toxic relationship. There is no more toxic relationship than right now than with your government, the bankers, Wall Street, and all of their shills, all of their people in entertainment. And they make no mistake, Dave Ramsey is a fucking entertainer. Okay, that's it, right? There's no more toxic relationship than that entire apparatus, that whole thing, and everybody else who lives outside of that going, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? You don't live in any of this shit. You're not having to deal with any of this stuff. I have to deal with all of it. So, in short, fuck all these people.